Change of pace.
Welcome to the Change of Pace podcast. This is Rohan, and today I'm joined by Sai and Sahil. Today we're going to be taking you through the NBA stock report. So I have a list of teams and players that I'm going to be asking you guys. Basically, like they've been doing either surprisingly well or surprisingly disappointing this season. I'm going to ask you if you want to sell or buy stock on them based on their performance so far. Sai, you also have certain players that we can go through with a list you whipped up together. So how about we start with some NBA news and then we go to the players?
Do it.
Sound good? Okay, cool. Okay, let's start off with a couple injuries. Walker Kessler today, torn labrum. He's having surgery, his left shoulder, I think. He's going to be out for the season, which is crazy because I saw a stat that he was featured in the best five-man lineup so far by like net rating or something. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a Jazz starting five. That's weird, right? That they have such a no. It's probably some weird combination of the Jazz. But yeah, he was having an amazing season. So it's kind of sucks, and I'm sure they're not rushing to bring him back anyway, given that they want to tank. Because otherwise, what you get their pick?
Top 1 through 8. That's not so 1 through 8 protected.
Yeah. So any thoughts on this, guys?
Yeah, it really sucks. I thought he was having kind of a breakout year because last couple of years it's been kind of a stagnant play from his rookie year. So it was really disappointing. But hopefully, it gets better through the offseason. I thought this was a chance to maybe get his trade value up so he gets traded to a team that actually wants him. Doesn't feel like the Jazz really want him long term. But hopefully, he gets better. He is a restricted free agent, I believe, at this offseason as well. So his value is going to be really up in the air. But maybe a team like what they saw for the first couple of weeks of the season are willing to offer him a contract because of it.
Yeah, I guess they're going to start playing Yusuf Nurkic more. I think he might be on an expiring contract, so I'd be curious if, they boost his trade value a little bit, flip him for assets. I don't know if he even has a value anymore, but he can build it up. I guess Filipowski probably gets more minutes, and at that point, Kevin Love might see the floor too. But
He
yeah,
was seeing the floor today.
Yeah, he's outlet passes are still there. But yeah, unfortunate for Walker. It's crazy that the Lakers were going to trade for him, and then they didn't end up pulling the trigger. And I think
it's weird that he was even in trade rumors to begin with because he's not even that old.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the Jazz really want. And then this year's averaging like 14 and 10, and he started shooting threes. So yeah, it's odd. It's terrible timing for the injury, but yeah. More relevant injury news: Trae Young is going to be missing a month. We talked about his injury last. I think we talked about it last pod, right? Did we not? I could have sworn we.
I don't think so, because it happened pretty recently, and last pod was a while ago, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah. Well, Trae Young's gonna miss at least a month, I think, with an injury. Let me wait. What did he have again?
It's like a sprained MCL, I think, because he like buckled or someone hit his knee while he was going like reaching for out of bounds. It looked pretty bad.
That happened before. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like you thought it was a dislocated knee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna be missing a month. The Hawks actually looked pretty good yesterday against the Magic without him. I think that has more to do with the Magic, which we'll get into. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? The Hawks already disappointing to start the season. We all had them, I think, as a top 5 seed, probably, maybe top 6. So yeah, definitely disappointing. And then he's obviously the engine that runs their offense. So I guess we expect. And then what? I don't even know who's starting in point guard for them. If it's like Nikhil,
I think it'd be Nikhil.
Yeah, Nikhil.
I think
Kennard played a lot for them.
I'm curious to see how this affects how Dyson Daniels and Nikhil and even Shea, they kind of have to help create on their own, get their own shots. So I think there will be a little bit of I think there's room to grow for I think all of them. Maybe not Nikhil, but at least for Dyson, getting downhill is very important in his game to expand that offensive game. I like Shea too. He's a really good off-ball scorer, which sucks that Trae's out for him. But also Jalen Johnson. We'll see a lot more Jalen Johnson, and I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I thought the team was, kind of like you said, it wasn't performing to expectations, and then they blew out the Magic yesterday. I think it's time. It might be time to see if this Trae Young, like if they play well without him, like is this a player you want to come into long term? I definitely think this could be a good period for the Hawks. Like this, there's already been questions about their long-term commitment. They haven't given him an extension in the offseason. So, and I think this team, like, with Nikhil, this is a scary defense, right? Like
Yeah.
the top 1 through 5, all very switchable, like can guard, can shoot. There's room for this starting lineup without Trae Young to be very good. So if they see that maybe Trae isn't the solution, maybe Jalen Johnson, Tyson Daniels are the guy they want to build around long term. This could be, a big impact and maybe affect the trade landscape as well.
Yeah, I mean, since Trae Young's injury, Dyson Daniels is averaging 18 a game. He started off the season super slow.
Hmm.
And since then has really picked it up. And like you're saying, the defense is going to be significantly better. They basically have like five very, very good defenders in that starting lineup, very long switchable defenders. So yeah, I saw No Dunks was talking about a Ja for Trey swap. I don't that sounds kind of insane to me. I'm assuming the Hawks wouldn't to do that. Like they would be the ones who say no to that trade.
I think
Yeah,
Memphis
I
would
think
say no
so.
too.
You think Memphis would say no too?
I think Memphis would say no too. Yeah.
I like Trey's availability compared to Ja, so maybe that's why I would lean. The
I,
Hawks
I
probably don't like it as much.
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the Memphis is at this point too bought in on Ja. I was listening to Zach Lowe's podcast and he had Chris Vernon on,
Yeah.
and then he was talking
Uh,
about how like Ja's important to like the community and all these things and like I
Homer,
don't know
bro.
like
He's a crazy homer
Homer.
though. Yeah.
yeah, he's an
Homer.
insane homer. Like it
Yeah.
was honestly pissing me off to listen to
Yeah.
him a little bit. But I could kind of see like you kind of got to ride with your guy a little bit. And I mean we'll talk
But
about Ja.
it's like, yeah, like I don't, the ride of the guy is fine, but at this point, it's basically over, right? Like even watching this like Grizzlies Rockets game, Josh seems so out of it.
Mhm.
Like dead ass, he's not going for loose. Like the ball's right. I don't know. There was one play where like it just pissed me off. I don't know.
I mean,
I
what
think
did he
he's
say like
done.
after the press conference? He's like losing his joy for basketball, the Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler
yeah,
special. Like
exactly.
it seems like a soft trade request is coming. And it's if I'm the Grizzlies, I'm giving it to him. He's been kind of a problem more than he's been a solution the last couple of years. He
Hmm.
fired the whole coaching staff the end of last year and still hasn't been happy with it, which is kind of like
It's odd
at
he's
that
playing
point.
such little minutes though. I guess for
I
now, just
mean,
getting into
yeah,
his job
But
is into it.
he's running 54 pick and rolls per 100
yeah.
possessions, which is the most of
Yeah,
his career. So they revamped the offense under Taylor Jenkins. He hated that. They booted him out. And then they got their new coach, this European guy.
yeah. It's
They've
solo.
adapted
Yeah.
to Josh style, and I think he wants to run a lot more pick and roll. So I'm kind of confused to what his issue is right now.
Even Jaren looks pretty bad this year. I don't know. The team's just odd. Like it's very like looking up and down the roster. I'm like looking at these scores. I'm like, who the fuck is scoring? Like everyone is playing. Like these main guys are playing for the most part. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, I
Like
think Cedric Howard's the only one who's kind of been a positive for that team at this point. Like
yeah,
everyone
he's
else,
nice.
Jalen Wells can't shoot, KCP can't shoot. Their bench, like they don't have Scottie Pippen or
Mm-mm.
Well,
they don't have any centers. Like
No Ty
yeah,
Jerome.
they've been missing Ty Jerome, they're missing Scottie
they have
Pippen,
Ty
they're missing
Jerome,
Zach Edey. That's like three legitimate rotation
Brandon
guys.
Clark
And I
too,
guess
right?
Brandon Clark if he counts, but at this point, Brandon Clark is more like an imaginative player. Like when was
Yeah,
the last
fair.
time I even saw that guy on a court? But yeah, yeah. Um, it's a big question. But you know what? Why don't we just get started with Ja actually? So yeah, my first question is: Are you? It's not really about John the Grizzlies, rather like what is the future for John Morant? Do you guys still see him as a top 15 player? Or are you selling stock in that idea?
I'm selling stock. You can have all of it, honestly. I just don't. I think he reached his peak. It's kind of similar with Trey. Like I feel like they're both like getting to that 27, 28 age, and you think peaks are 28 to 32, but for small guards, it's not usually like that. I feel like 24 to 27 was their peak, and now we're kind of seeing, especially Ja, whose game is based on athleticism. Um, I don't know. I just don't. And also Jaren Jackson. Like I'm so tired of looking at the box score and seeing that he has more fouls than
Then
rebounds.
rebound.
He
Dude, his
averages five. He averages 5.4 rebounds a game this year and 4.5 fouls.
That's crazy.
I was gonna say Josh shooting splits this year, 39%, 13,
Uh,
14% from three, and then 90% from the line, which is good. But it's like I don't know if it is as much guards like kind of I think it might be the way guards are being officiated. I think that might have to do with it. Obviously, Josh's been in and out of the lineup. That's probably hasn't helped his case. But I think he's also had better teams. Like Steven Adams was such an imposing figure because of the screens he's able to set. Like they haven't had Zach Edey around him. I think he's still a good player, a player who could you could build a playoff caliber team, maybe not in the West around. But I think saying top 15, I feel is crazy at this point with the amount of
Yeah,
talent in this league. So I'm selling
dude.
that. But if I think
Yeah.
maybe I'll say I'm buying his stock overall though. I don't love his
Okay.
attitude at times, but
No.
he
Yeah.
was so good like
He
2022,
was
2023.
right.
Like
Yeah.
all NBA second team like are he was legitimately one of the top 15 like you're saying at that time. And
Easy.
I think he just needs well like he said he needs that joy back. Like he needs some a change in scenery and I think he can get there.
Yeah, I really thought the league was his in like 2021. I mean, 2021, 22, the year they were like the first year they were the second seed where the Warriors beat them in the playoffs. Like that. Oh, Will Richards got an and 1-3. Yeah. I don't know. After that, I thought it was only up from him, but like, I guess that and then the following year losing to the Lakers in the first round as a 2 seed was just like, what are we doing wrong here?
They've
Why is
won
this
one playoff
formula
series
working? I
as
guess
a
against the
core.
Wolves. And even that was
Yeah.
close. That was against like a second year Anthony Edwards. Or
Yep.
yeah, second year Anthony Edwards, bro. And they barely won it. That was one of the best series in that playoffs.
Yeah.
That Wolves Grizzlies series. So there, yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. I don't think he can be your second option, but Ja, like at this point, especially with how much talent is in the league, top 15 seems like a crazy
Like
stretch.
right
Like,
now,
is he
top
even
15
top
point
30
guard.
right now? Is
I
he
was gonna
top
say
30 right now?
even crazier. I think the question is he a top 15 point guard? Like that's how
Okay,
bad he's
come
playing
on.
right now.
Point guard is like,
He's not top
brother,
10, that's for sure at this
he's
point.
probably
No.
not top 10.
So I mean, he's closer to top 15 or the
But
end of
if
the
you're
top
just gonna
15 than he
say
is.
this year, like how much worse is he than Trey? Because Trey was assed this year too. The
Yeah, but
games
I
he
mean,
played.
you're using the year before too. Like you're saying you're picking Trey over Ja. Like
Well,
you
I'm using
gotta.
years. If I use years before, I feel like Ja, like since
Well, yeah,
2022 or 21, has been like as good, if not better, than Trey.
I
I don't
disagree. I
know.
mean, the last 3 years it's been Trey pretty clearly. Like Ja just been not healthy. And then
Yeah.
Yeah,
last year he wasn't really involved in the offense as much. Like Trey is the offense for the Hawks.
yeah. We keep saying that he's just so inefficient, dude.
Yeah, I mean, but look at
Trey,
Josh
it's
shooting
like
percentage right
no
now.
now,
He's
yeah.
yeah,
It's like 4 games, like
yeah,
6 games, but like, and he also shot like 4 of 20 against the Lakers. That was weird.
yeah.
Um, yeah. I don't. Yeah, let me see. I don't know if I have any other notes I want to talk about for Ja. Yeah, it's just drama. Looks disinterested, and then he's shooting 39% from the field. I don't know why he's playing less than 29 minutes a game though. Like that is definitely something to be annoyed about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I'm him, but like, yeah, the question is if he gets traded, can he go back to that 21 to 23 vibe? Not sure, but yeah,
I don't know,
I would.
man. He's also just had so many like injuries, and for a player
Yes.
like him, like he's had ankle sprains, he's had shoulder surgery, he's had knee sprains, like he's had just so
Yeah.
many
He's
problems.
also just reckless with like the way he
The way he
plays
was,
a lot of
remember
the
his
time.
rookie year, bro? The way
Yeah.
he was landing was like studied. They were like, dude, he's gonna hurt himself like bad.
Yeah.
On that point, actually, I saw another graphic about how as Jaws progressed in the league, his rim attacking has just gotten significantly less and less. I remember he said he's gonna stop dunking. That's another thing, but like he just attacks the rim in general less now and settles more.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I would also sell my stock on him. 15, yeah, 15 is definitely a stretch. Even 30 at this point seems a little difficult for him to break
Yeah, I
into.
just Ron, you're right. I just pulled it up, and in his rookie year, 49% of his shots were at the rim.
Yeah.
Every year, basically, it's gotten lower and lower, and now it's
Yeah.
26%.
Geez, it's like
That's
almost
Yeah.
half. That's
And
still
he's and his middies have ticked up to 48%.
and it's inefficient from he's
Yeah.
inefficient from there too. That floater was like crazy. Like that was an automatic shot for him. Like I have PTSD from those floaters in like 2022 in the playoffs. And now,
Yeah.
yeah. How the mighty have fallen. Okay. So I guess we're more or less all selling stock. Sai is gonna buy stock in his career, but not for
Yeah.
top 15. I think that's
Definitely not.
fair. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the East. Right now the top two seeds are the Bulls and the Sixers. Let's start with the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey is averaging like 35 points a game, shooting lights out from three, 46% from three. Joel Embiid, in limited minutes, he's capped out at 25 minutes. He's only averaging like 22 minutes a game. These stats are before the Cavs game today.
Yeah,
But
they lost, and now they're the sixth seed, which is kind of crazy, but
that's terrible. Yeah, they
yeah.
lost 2 in a row. No, it's rip. Um, yeah. So Joel Embiid's averaging around 17 in 22 minutes. Jared McCain just came back a couple games ago. He didn't play today. Paul George is still yet to return. I have no idea what's going on there. They said he's been practicing, but he's been out a month since the season started. And then VJ Edgecombe is looking like the favorite for rookie of the year right now. He looks very polished. I think people thought he would be way more raw coming in, but yeah, he looks very good. He has flashes defensively. Shooting looks good. And obviously he's crazy at the rim. What do you guys see as the ceiling for this team this year? Are you
Uh,
selling them or buying them as an East contender?
I think the East is so bad you can make a case for them, absolutely, because of the way Maxi's been playing. But if you're buying this team, you're buying Joel Embiid, and he has not been good. He's had his moments for sure. Like he's not playing a lot. He's on a minutes restriction. I thought especially last night against the Bulls, he was abysmal in the fourth quarter. I was watching some
Yeah.
plays from that game. Vucevic was just running around him, and that's a slow, big-footed guy, and he's just able to get around him and dunk the ball. Like his defense is not there. He's still, obviously a good rim protector with his height at 7'2", but I don't believe them as a defense. They're starting two smaller guards with VJ and Oubre is not like a great defender. He's long and athletic, but he's not like a guy you could consider a stopper. When Paul George comes out, we'll see how he is. Like, there's not a lot of defense you trust in this roster, and the peaks offensively could be crazy without Max. He's been playing shooting like 50% from three, elite scoring. He's one of the leading scorers in the league right now. Just it's pretty much impossible to stop him. He's so quick. He gets into his pull-up three so quick, and they're automatic right now. VJ's again super athlete, able to get downhill, and he's shooting like 44% from three, which I don't think is sustainable at all.
Not going to
But
sustain now.
yeah, and if Embiid turns around and even is like 70% of what he was 2 years ago, I think there's a chance this team could be a second round team. But as of right now, I'm gonna sell them. I just don't believe in Embiid. Maybe McCain can turn into something. He was really bad yesterday. 0 for 4, played like 10 minutes, but like
Yeah.
barely impossible. Like pretty much looked out of sorts on the court there. So hopefully he gets back into shape and kind of works itself out. But right now, I don't see it.
The problem with the Sixers is that you just can't buy into no expectations basketball. It's so fun to play and root for, but the moment that there's actual expectations, it gets a lot harder. And a lot of what they're doing feels very unsustainable, like Sai said. Um, it just feels like a very fun regular season team. They can score a lot of points, but they can't defend anybody. If you look at who they might play in the East, you take a team like New York. I don't trust anybody to guard Jalen Brunson. You take a
Mhm.
team like Giannis. I don't trust any like Milwaukee. I don't trust anybody to guard Giannis, or I mean, or Cleveland either. Um, and Tyrese Maxey is playing like almost 42 minutes a game.
Yeah.
He's traveled. I pulled up stat. He's traveled 15K feet per game. That would be the highest game average in
That's
history.
crazy.
So
For
like
another
there's just
In
season
like
per game.
history?
Yeah.
Wow,
in history, yeah.
that's
Um,
crazy.
He is
so
playing a lot of minutes. Yeah. Makes sense.
so I
It's
just can't
crazy.
imagine that he can keep this up. I mean, he's a definite all-star, and I
Yeah.
think he will be.
All
Um,
NBA, dude. This guy's
Starter, yeah.
insane. Yeah.
but
Insane.
I wouldn't be surprised if like they're in the play-in in at the end of this.
Wow. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for Embiid, like you said, Sai, was his defense. It looks crazy. He is not moving. It's so insane to me what Vucevic is doing to him. The Sixers also went like super cold. They went like 4 of 22 from the field or something in the fourth quarter. That's also insane. Um, I still think like if Embiid is like slowly ramping up, they could be a top 4 seed. I don't know. Like the Magic look terrible.
Yep.
The Hawks are question mark and Trey is hurt, right? The Bulls, I think we'll get into it. I don't see the Bulls sustaining this. So then what are you left with? You're left with the Bucks, Cleveland Pistons,
Pistons,
and
Cleveland, the Knicks.
the Knicks. Yeah.
Miami.
Like
I think that's a solid top four.
maybe. Yeah, okay, fine. I could see him as like 5. Like I think they're better than a play-in team. Like I would take them over the Heat. Especially with Paul George, if Paul George returns. I know Tyrese, there's no way Tyrese keeping this up. Like we talked about it. He always has these hot starts to seasons. Yeah, I low-key might buy the Sixers stock. Just
Okay.
I mean, maybe just to be
Dude,
different.
I was watching them today, and there's so much Justin Edwards. There's so much
Yeah.
Brendan Watford. There's
Trending off,
like
yeah.
there's too much Kelly Oubre.
Yeah. There's always been like I feel like since
Bro.
Kelly Oubre has been on
He's
that
had
team,
a
he's
good
been a
year,
starter.
but
Like he's been
yeah.
like, yeah.
But he's one of those guys, like, if you're playing against Kelly Oubre, like, you're gonna know he's on the court. Like, he's
Yeah.
making himself known.
Yeah, dude, you don't have to tell me. Trust me. I know Kelly Oubre makes himself known. But no, but you know what's weird? Since he's left the Warriors actually not been that bad. Like his shot has kind of come back, and
No, he's
his
been good this year,
he
like
tries on
especially.
defense too. Like he's not a stopper, but he has the physical tools to be decent on defense. He has the athleticism, and he's pretty long.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're not going to consistently put him on like Kevin Durant or anything. Yeah. Um, okay, so you guys are both selling Sixer stock.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
Good to
buying?
hear. I will buy. I will buy Sixer stock.
Fair enough.
Um, yeah, especially because it recently dropped to the 60 now. I hear. So
Very
yeah.
true.
Also,
Uh,
the fact that Quentin Grimes got traded for Caleb Martin is ridiculous.
Facts. Oh my
Yeah.
god. And you know what's crazy? I thought Caleb Martin was better at the time because he technically was at one point better than Quentin Grimes. But
Yeah.
this is crazy looking back. And Quentin Grimes, like, he's actually had a good year too, as more of a role. Like he's fit into this like role player mold that he wasn't doing last season.
He's done so much more on-ball creation. I remember watching like Cavs Knicks series back in the day, and I was not scared of Quentin Grimes
Yeah.
whatsoever. But he looks like a completely different player. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the number one seed in the
Let's
Eastern
go.
Conference, the Chicago Bulls. Most importantly, Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey right now is averaging 23, 10, and 9, shooting over 40% from three. As you guys know, he was the first Bull since Michael Jordan to record triple doubles in back-to-back games. Um, the Bulls this year, their pace has just gone up significantly. And a lot of that to do with Josh Giddey. He's finally learned like he's 6'8", so he can just bully point guards inside. And then they're top 5 on offense. Like with this, like I think they're ninth in pace, top 5 on offense. So yeah, in addition, I want to talk about Giddey, but another big mention, Matas Buzelis having a great second year, 42% from three, averaging 15 a game, shooting 5 threes a game. My one question mark to get us started about this team, they're shooting 35 threes a game at over 40% from three. And that is not sustainable. The guys, let me give out some names. Trey Jones, not attempting a lot of threes, but he's shooting 60% from three. Josh Giddey, everyone else I'm saying is attempting 4 or more threes a game. Okay. Josh Giddey's shooting over 40%. Matas is shooting over 40%. I would assume was killing it. He's shooting like 46%. Okay. Vucevic is shooting over 40%. Patrick Williams, I think he might not be shooting more than 4, but he's shooting over 40% from three. These guys are not going to all end the year shooting at this clip. So I don't think the Bulls are going to sustain this. But my question to you guys is Josh Giddey a cornerstone piece? Like, can he be that in the future? Keep in mind, Kobe White hasn't played yet.
Yeah.
What is a cornerstone piece?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Can he be your second best player on a championship team?
No. Um, yeah, I don't think he can because
You see
again,
the numbers.
we know the formula with Josh Giddey. He is a ball dominant guard who put up numbers, and I think he can lead some efficient offense, especially like in transition. I thought his passing's gotten a lot better this year, especially because of his scoring has gotten a lot better this year. So I think he can be a good regular season player. I don't think he can be a top two for a championship team. I don't think he's the future of the Bulls, if that's the question. I think it's Buzelis, if anything. But if you're asking me, am I buying the Bulls team for this season? I am buying the Bulls team for this season. They are very fun.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
I think the defense is sustainable somewhat. Like they have a solid enough roster. I think they play like, I mean, obviously the opponent shooting has been pretty unlucky, but even these last couple of games where they've been shooting on like the other teams have been shooting pretty ungodly, like the Knicks and the Sixers,
Yeah.
they've been managed to keeping up pace with them just because of how fast they run. They try really hard. I think Donovan's been the coach of the year so far pretty easily. Um, and especially like I've just been so impressed with everyone on their roster. Like Herter's impressed me. I think off the bench, Ayo Dosunmu has been fantastic off the
Amazing.
bench.
Yeah.
Trey Jones, very good. Like their depth has been a lot better than advertised. Patrick Williams even has taken an improvement.
Yeah.
Vucevic looks like a new man. Like there's all these guys just look like better versions of themselves. So as a deep team that I've heard this on a podcast today. I think it was the Athletic NBA show. They remind me kind of the Pacers last year. Like I'm not saying they have the star talent
Wow.
of Halliburton and Siakam, but they have approximates of it with Giddey if he can keep the
Huh.
shooting up at least a little bit, and Siakam with Buzelis. Like there's cornerstones, and they play fast. They shoot a lot of threes, like you said. I'm liking this team. I think, especially in this weak East where I don't really trust a lot of teams, I think they can be a top 6 seed.
Wow.
I'm buying the
I'm
hype.
with Sai.
Wow.
That was a great way to put it. They one thing they do is they run and gun
Yep.
like the
Yeah.
Pacers did. They're second in passes made and fourth in assists. Giddey is up to his shot frequency at the rim and his efficiency there. So he's more patient. He's using his body. I think he's kind of growing into his body and learning how to use it a little bit more. He's leading the NBA in assists, points created. And
Yeah.
they're the best transition team in basketball right now. And Kobe
Yeah.
White has not played yet. Kobe White
Yeah.
led the league in transition last year. So they're also shooting the highest percentage on shots at the rim too, which is crazy. I don't know if that's sustainable.
They're also
Um,
allowing the most shots, like the highest percentage, like field goal percentage of shots at the rim too. That's like the defense is garbage. So
yeah,
if they're gonna keep shooting 40%, that's great. But if they are not, they're gonna get fucked
I think we got to talk
by these
about how
other teams.
Isaac Okoro kind of brought the culture in a sense.
Facts, bro. Bring that winning culture, Isaac. He's letting the hair out too, bro. I don't know if he was doing that last season, but
He
shit,
had
Yeah, but
some threes yesterday. I was like, damn,
he
he
did.
took a dribble step
Yeah,
three. He's
nice
like
corner
feeling
three.
confident.
he
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
shoot. He can shoot. He shot like in there was a point halfway through the season with the Cavs, he was shooting over 45% from three.
Then he got
On
hurt,
like
right?
and he got hurt. He hurt his
Yeah.
shoulder. It went downhill. Um,
Mm,
but the fact that they're a really good rebounding team. They're a great transition team. I don't think it's gonna work in the playoffs. Just when it all slows down. Now it's
Yeah.
like what Giddy's gonna create with like 12 on the shot clock. Like
yeah, they
I
have
don't know if I
I
buy
don't
that.
agree. Yeah.
Um, but I like Sai said, like this is a really fun regular season team, like the Sixers. But realistically, like we know what the East is. Like the East is the Cavs, and the East is the Knicks and the Bucks, right? Like that's the three teams that I'm looking at. Like they
yeah.
can come out of here. But if you're in that second tier, that's a step up. I don't know what the future is but I think if they add like a big star who I think and Chicago's kind of a destination. Like and Giddy's that second option, then they make the second round, something like that. I think you can kind of build, dude. I think he can be a third option. I think that there's enough there to say that like him next to a legitimate star
Yeah.
can produce good
I
offense.
mean, we were talking about a guy recently, like a lot more about John Morant, like
Yeah.
a guy on the trade market. Obviously doesn't fit with Giddey super well,
Yeah, it's
but
odd.
um maybe that's the guy for them. They have a lot of cap space next year as well. So like maybe that's how they go all in, get a guy on using their cap space more than actually having to give up any assets because they're buying low on like a guy like John Morant.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Josh still, I don't know about the fit there, but I agree. I guess
Uh,
I
yeah,
don't know.
John
I just,
Chicago could be dangerous.
that would be good. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like remember the Jazz always get off the hot starts too, like
Yeah.
randomly, and then you tell each other that they're gonna. Is this the year? Like I don't know, man. I feel like you guys are overhyping them a little bit.
But this is the East. Like the amount of shitty teams that they're gonna play and
So
just run them
true.
off the floor. Like there's like at least what like maybe six teams in the East that like might not win 30 games. Like
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
No,
agree.
that's true.
And there's like a
Uh,
level of execution like you're seeing. Like I think Donovan's like really coaching them well, and they have something they like believe in is their way to win games. Like they know what they're doing. And if you have an identity this early into the season, I feel like you can only like keep it at it. Like I don't think they're gonna fall off tremendously or anything.
yeah. Okay. All right. So I guess I am selling stock. You two are buying stock
Yeah.
for the Chicago Bulls. Okay. Um, let's move on to the San Antonio Spurs. So they have started the season hot as well. They're currently the 2 seed, I think, sitting at 6-1, 5-1, I think.
5-1. Could be 6-1 soon.
Hopefully 6-1 tonight, bro. Praying for it. Yeah. 5-1 right now. Wemby's averaging 27, 13, and 5. He actually had a really shitty game against the Suns. He only had like 9 points. It really brought down his averages. One thing he is shooting, and 5 blocks, yeah. He is shooting less than 50%. I know, it said it like it's nothing. It's like
Yeah,
4.7 blocks.
exactly.
It's
Just
wild.
wave that off.
Yeah, he's on like I think it's like 91 straight games where he's had at least one block, and it's like fourth in NBA history. Dude, the Warriors are selling. It's crazy. But yeah, so what do you guys think about the Spurs? So they have had a very easy schedule, but they are second in defense right now. Okay. Dylan Harper is going to miss a few weeks with a calf injury, 14 points a game, looking like the second in line for Rookie of the Year. De'Aaron Fox still hasn't returned. And their second option is Stephon Castle right now. He's played really well, shooting 35% from three, averaging 20 a game. Defense is still elite. And then the role players have contributed, right? Devin Vassell is averaging 14. Keldon Johnson is having a super efficient year off the bench, averaging another 14, shooting like 50% plus from three, I think. And then Cornette and Olynyk have missed. Olynyk hasn't even played yet. Cornette has played like a few games, I think, but he's been out. So they're not even at full strength. I think Jeremy Sohan also missed a lot of time. So they're not even at full strength, and they're still the second seed purely because of Wemby's dominance. Do you guys see them? Is it too early to crown them as real contenders, at least in that second tier with like the Warriors, Wolves, whoever else you guys had in that second tier of West teams?
I,
Do you want to go first? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'll go for it. I think I'm buying what the Spurs are selling right now. Like I'm
Just
like
for
what I'm
this
seeing.
season, everyone wants to buy Wemby stock. Just this season.
Well, wait, are we talking Wemby stock or Spurs stock?
No, no, I mean, like, I think everyone should buy Spurs stock looking to the future, but just this year, you're still buying,
I think I
given
am.
how they are right now. Okay.
I could see a world where I think OKC is a step above everybody in the league in the West. I think the Spurs are a second tier team. And I
Okay.
feel pretty comfortable saying that almost. It's insane what OKC is doing by the way. Like they look
I
so
know.
good.
They just get
But
new guys each time to
the
push it.
Spurs are one of four teams that have a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. Wemby has completely shifted his shot profile. And I think that he's taking a lot less threes, a lot less mid-range shots, and he's getting his ass down in the paint. He looks so much better. Dylan Harper was so good before he got hurt. He was top three in rim shot creation next to Giannis and Zion. So he's getting downhill.
Wow.
He's getting in the paint. His floaters looked good. Um, I don't know. The West is super deep, but that middle tier is not actually like there's no clear two seed. You could say
Hmm.
maybe Houston is, but like
I think it's
outside of
Houston.
that, like yeah, it probably is Houston, but like two, three, four, like I could see a world where the Spurs are the third seed. And Wemby is just such a game breaker. Like the more he learns, the better he's gonna get. He can completely shift the defense, just like how the Cavs play this way where you just gotta funnel them into Wemby. You don't even need stout wing defensive players because you have this 7'6" gargantuan guy in the middle of the paint. And Castle, I mean his usage rate is through the roof. There's been a lot of Stefan Castle, but he's looked
Yeah.
pretty good in his minutes.
Yeah, I'm going the opposite way. I don't think they're a tier two contender. And it's not that I don't believe in them as a regular season team, because they're proving that they can win games, especially like even these games against bad teams, they've been blowing them out, right? Like they're winning team games pretty dominantly so far. And the defense has been excellent, of course, thanks to Wemby. The offense has been good. Their three-point shooting has been way better than advertised, I think. And of course, they're missing De'Aaron Fox. But I think the reason I'm not super high on them as a contender for the playoffs is just because I think this roster is not good enough, and Wemby's not good enough as an offensive player to guarantee that a team scheming around him can we saw what the Suns did, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying just because we saw that one game sample size that Wemby can't do what he does. It's just that I've always thought that the teams that they've won, like the first game against the Mavericks, where he probably had the best game anyone's had all season, where just he was exceptional, destroying Anthony Davis, Gafford, whoever was in front, Lively, whoever was in front of him. PJ Washington had that crazy up and under move. Um, it hasn't mattered, but the way they're guarding him has just been super unaggressive. Like he has not, he beginning of the season, he was not turning the ball over at all. And he's a guy with he's 7'6", as tight as his handle is for a guy that tight. It's still not like a tight handle. You can create turnovers, you can give him problems. And I feel like teams have not been doing that enough for him and forcing him to become a passer. And again, he's 7'4". He can see over the top of everyone, make good passes, and I'm not denying that. I don't think the other team can, or the other teammates of the Spurs can really capitalize on this.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't think they're a tier two contender. I don't think like they're Warriors, Lakers. Like I think if you're going like top three, maybe as the tier one, that's Rockets, Nuggets, Thunder to me. And then that tier two, it's maybe the Lakers and Warriors. I don't think they're at the Lakers and Warriors level right now. I would have to say they're like tier three, maybe with like the Clippers and the who else is out there? Uh, the
Wolves?
Clippers and the Wolves, the Wolves haven't looked good this year, but
No, they
around
haven't. No.
there. So I think they're closer to that level personally. And I think maybe I've been a little spoiled as a Thunder fan. Like this team can destroy other team stars. And I feel like if you put the Thunder against the Spurs, Wemby would be in hell. Like he
Yeah.
just the amount of defenders around him that would just swarm the ball. If you put Alex Caruso and Jalen Williams on him, he's not like catching the ball. Or if he does, it's like 30 feet away and you just give up trying to dribble.
That's OKC. They're gonna
I
like
agree, but I
dominate the
think
league.
if any of these teams, like you have Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler and Moses Moody on the wings of the Warriors, I'm worried about it. Rockets, Amin Thompson, Alperen Şengün even plays Wemby great. KD, The Lakers, maybe not, but the Nuggets even, I think, can play with him well, like with Aaron Gordon and Cam Johnson, Christian Brown, like these long wings coming out from the sides. You have a big guy who can create problems, make sure Wemby doesn't get enough post position. Like I really feel like Wemby's guardable, and the Spurs team's very guardable, so that's why I'm just not worried about them as a contender.
Mine is just the role players aren't good enough. Like that's it. We have to see how De'Aaron Fox looks next to Wemby,
Yeah,
but yeah, that Suns game did. I don't want to overreact to it, but the way they played him was so like not unique, but it was so interesting, right? Because they make him face up like 25 feet from the hoop, and if you have someone with like a sturdy base guarding him, it's hard for him to kind of like power through, and he doesn't trust himself to shoot over you every single time.
yeah.
So
Like he'll
yeah, I
make
like.
the turnaround fadeaways. He's been hitting those this year, but
But he's not going to
that can't
start. That's
be
not going to be the
that
first shot he takes.
exactly. That can't be every
No,
shot he's taking.
yeah,
And I felt like the Suns were the actual first team to realize we have to game plan against this guy. And of
yeah,
course, Wemby's a top like 10, maybe even top five player right now because of the defense. But I think if a team is like game planning like they do against Luka, like they do against Jokic, like they do against Giannis, like they do against Shea, on Wemby, like he's not going to succeed. I mean, obviously he's 20 years old, but
yeah,
like it's very early in his career. I don't think they're that level of contender yet.
yeah.
One
I
thing
think we're a
this
little early. Yeah,
One thing the Suns were doing was they were throwing doubles at him whenever he was in the low post,
Yep.
um, or stunting towards him and then retreating back. One issue I had with Anthony Davis for the longest time was I always felt like his reads out of double teams weren't that great. And I mean, he is who he is now, and they haven't been that great as the game slows down for Wemby and he sees even more and more double teams, I think the game will just get easier and slower for him. And I think that that will help the role players as well. And
Definitely.
I really like Castle. I really like Vassell. Really like Harper when he comes back. Barnes is like a nice vet. The Wemby Cornet minutes are really good and they're really difficult for opposing offenses. Not a huge fan of Sochan, but Kel Johnson's, like you said, has been efficient. Champagne is like money from the corner.
Lights
yeah.
out.
Yeah, like I really like if you put him in a series with the Lakers or the Warriors, I could see them winning that series.
Oh
Especially the
wow.
Warriors, like
I
it
don't
just
think
I
so.
don't know, man. I feel like Draymond would guard him very, very well.
Yeah.
he would, but Dre's also 6'7". You know, at a certain point, like, and then what? We're leaning on Moses Moody to go out there, and Moses has been great. He's as offensive, especially, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Horford is, yeah, I guess Horford's a
Horford and Draymond would be a nice
I think
combo. It's just
Draymond's like the
Horford can't do
perfect
shit
guy to guard
offensively.
him, like with the
That's what I'm
wingspan.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's like lower to the ground. It's fine, right? If you
No.
front him and don't really let him like put the ball on the floor, you can't really like. I was seeing Ryan Dunn and Oso Ighodaro do that, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying like Mark Williams wasn't even his main like the main guy stopping him. I don't know. I thought like it's what's he have right now against the Lakers actually? Let me see.
It wasn't good from what I checked earlier, but I mean, he had some good plays.
I mean, that's that DeAndre Ayton clams, man. We all know about
Damn, he has
Yep.
13 and 7, 4 of 10 from the field. Okay,
Not
interesting.
bad.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like almost fourth quarter, but
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
Okay, so what? I guess Sai and I are selling, and then Sahil is buying stock on the
I've
Spurs.
liked
All
no one's
right.
been unanimous so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's do. How many more teams you think? How many more things do you think we can do? Like
Maybe two
nine
more.
fifteen? You think nine? Yeah. Two more.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the Rockets. All right. So my question for you guys is: do you buy the Rockets offense? They've been number one in offense in the league so far. Somehow 29th in pace, but yes, number one in offense. They have a 41% offensive rebound percentage. I guess
That's
everyone
why
was
they're
expecting this. That is
yeah.
just an insane stat. But yeah, it also makes sense why their pace is so low, but they're first in league. Third in true shooting percentage. They're shooting a lot of free throws, shooting 34 per game. KD is averaging 26 on like whatever efficiency, like 56% from the field, 37 from three. That definitely dropped after today's game. Alperen Şengün, career high 23 per game, 47 from three, and then Amen's putting in 17. The team is shooting 43% from three. I don't think anyone expected that on 30 attempts a game. And after today's win, I think they're the 3 seed, 5-2. And their two losses are to teams above 500. The Thunder and the Pistons. So they are yet to beat beat a team that is over 500 is what I'm trying to say. They have wins against the Celtics, Nets, Mavs, Raptors, and after today, the Grizzlies, another garbage team. The Raptors have picked it up. I'll give them credit. But yeah, that's why like my question is this offense sustainable? Sai, it sounds like you think the Rockets are still in that like second tier of contenders. Why don't you guys get started? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I mean, obviously, like the offensive rebounding percentage is absurd, but I think it's sustainable. Everyone on that team is a good rebounder. And of course, when you have Steven Adams, the greatest offensive rebounder in the league, that's going to help. And then again, I think their offense has been just great. Like I think Şengün's figured out how to be an efficient playmaker at the elbows. I think Amen's kind of found his role a little bit more as the lead ball handler, but also just finding himself in more cutting situations and like getting downhill. And then KD's just been shooting lights out. Like there's a clear top three here that's been very sustainable, but there are other guys have been really stepping up from three. Jabari, Tari Eason,
Yeah,
Reed's had some moments as well as a 3-point shooter. Like if they can keep this up, I think more of their defense and their offensive rebounding can just keep them in enough situations to be a level two contender. And then you have Kevin Durant's shot making, you have Şengün. Like I believe in the makeup of the team more than do I think they're gonna be as an elite offense as they are for the rest of the season? No, because of
yeah,
their 3-point shooting is crazy. I
mm,
think they're gonna get down to earth in a little bit with the free throw percentage as well. Like I don't think they're that great a free throw shooting team as well. I think those things are kind of like going to bring down their percentages overall. I think they're going to turn the ball over a ton as well. I haven't seen their stats about that, so I don't know if that's something that's cost them games so far. Offense has that been a problem for them so far? But I think those things are going to make their offensive rating go down. But I think as a contender, they're still up there. Like I think I could definitely see them as a tier one contender in the West.
I'm a tie. I'm buying the Rockets, and mostly because I'm buying Alperen Şengün. The
Yeah,
offensive rating goes up 26 points
wow,
when he's on. The effective field goal percentage goes up 16%, and the turnover rate plummets. So he's the hub, he is the engine, he's making all this go. And yeah, on the 3-point thing, they are shooting 90 of 211 from three. So it's about, like you said, 40% from three. But they have the lowest 3-point frequency rate in the league. And but they're 11th in corner threes. So they're not, when they are shooting threes, they're shooting good threes and they're shooting open threes.
yeah,
To be honest, they traded a lot of those chucking threes away with Dylan Brooks and with Jalen Green. There's
yeah.
no, heat checks or whatever. So they have the lowest 3-point volume in the league, and they're still getting good shots.
And
Um,
I was gonna
KD
say,
and
like, you know what else gets you really good looks at threes is second chance points. Like
offensive
you're
rebounds,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly, yeah,
offensive
and
rebounds when
that's
you're
here
a
to
record.
stay.
Yeah,
Like we know
exactly.
how good they are offensively rebounding the ball.
Does
So
it not concern you guys that they're shooting such a low percentage of their shots is from three? Like, does the offense not like in the playoffs when the game slows down? You don't think this is a worry? I get the offense rebounds thing, but
But that
who's
almost mirrors what playoff basketball is like, no? Like you don't need to shoot a bunch of threes in the playoffs to win.
yeah? But I guess when the yeah, I
I still
guess
think their offensive makeup is efficient enough because they get to the line and because they have good, like, I mean, Şengün's touch is like questionable at times, but they have
yeah.
a lot of guys who can finish inside as well. And then again, offensive rebounding just gives you such a high floor as an offense. Like, if you mess up 50% of the time you're getting the ball back, that's insane.
And Şengün and KD being the hubs, they demand so much attention that, like, as long as everybody else, and they have a bunch of good cutters. Easton is a good cutter. Amin Thompson is a great cutter. Like there's a Reed Shepard is a questionable as a player still. We should probably
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about that because they do need a point guard. Let's not sit here and act like that's like they're first, so they don't need a point guard. They still need to make some moves. Um,
Ja. Kidding.
um, and I think the Rockets are really good. And I don't know, it's not that surprising. Like they added Kevin Durant and then Şengün takes a leap. Like that's all you needed. Amin Thompson's
Yeah.
taking a leap too. He had like 28, 10, and 7 today.
Yeah, he killed
Looked
it
so
today.
good.
I really want to see them against an elite defense and like
You
just
saw
a
them
good team in general. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
game one.
one more game against
Yeah.
an elite defense.
They're playing the Spurs tomorrow, I think, or the day after. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
gonna be a
Friday
game
they're playing the Spurs. Oh, that's gonna be a fun game. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll be a great little test
for both
for the.
teams.
Yeah, yeah, that's exciting. Okay, so you guys again, you guys are buying. I am selling stock in this team. Okay, let's do one last one. Which one do you guys want to do?
What about the
Um,
Clippers?
yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the Clippers. They have a slow start to this year. They're 3-4. Their acquisition, Bradley Beal, is averaging 8 points a game. He's only played in 4 games. I think and Zubats also had a down year. I think he had a huge year last year, both offensively and defensively. But he became a real third option for that team, a go-to guy in the post, and a shot blocker down low. They need, from watching them, it feels like they need more shot creation, like Norman Powell type stuff that Bradley Beal was supposed to provide for them. Harden and Kawhi have been good statistically this year. It just feels like there's something off about that team. Like they just seem a step slow. Maybe it's because they're so old. Chris Paul looks like a shell of his former self. And Brook Lopez hit 4 threes in the fourth quarter yesterday. But other than that, he was 2 for 17 before he made that first three in that fourth quarter from three in the season. This team is really disappointed. I think we really hyped up all the acquisitions they made in the offseason. We really thought they'd be in that second tier of teams, along with Denver, I think, and Houston. So, what are you guys buying or selling on the Clippers? They have started slow before. Remember last season, they had that huge win streak in the middle of the season. So there is obviously time to turn it around. What do you guys think?
It's so hard because it's such a long season. So selling them feels almost wrong, especially because I was really high on them earlier. And I still am buying James Harden. Like he's been amazing to start the season. They're the worst team in the NBA when he's off the floor. They have a 96 offensive rating and a 116 defensive rating. But the biggest problems are that they can't defend in transition. And they keep turning the ball over. 62% of their turnovers have classified as live ball turnovers. So they're getting killed. They're turning the ball over and then just getting killed on the way back. And it kind of makes sense because they're an old, slow veteran team. So some of the stuff that we were worried about earlier is coming to fruition really quick. But I don't think I'm gonna. I wish it was an option between buying and selling because I don't want to sell them. But I'm also a little
just
bit.
Keep them. No, just hold on to the stock. You don't need to buy more. Yeah,
we haven't been holding, but I'm holding.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You can hold.
I need to see a little bit more. It's a vet team with a vet coach. You got to think that they know what their deficiencies are and they're going to do something to solve it.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm going to hold on to the Rockets stock. I'm not going to buy or sell.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you guys have been mentioning one word, and I think it's described the Clippers very well, and that's just slow. They don't create any transition opportunities for themselves. They don't play any players that are particularly quick, other than Chris Dunn, who's only recently starting to get minutes.
Chris Dunn is so fucking good, man.
I don't know why he doesn't start. Legitimately,
is so good. I told you we should have been starting from the very beginning.
No, I agree. Yeah,
always been coming off the bench. I cannot believe they didn't start him from. Yeah. Oh my, such an obvious guy to be starting next year.
Derek Jones Jr., Chris Dunn, John Collins. I feel like those guys need a lot of minutes for this team to have some excitement, have some drive. They're really a James Harden dependent team. And then when James Harden's not on the floor, this team's awful. Every time it feels like they give up a big run, James Harden's on the bench. It feels like Ty Lue's just keeping him on the bench until halfway through the fourth quarter, and by then they've given up a huge lead or they're down 12.
That's a problem with having a team like this. You just can't run these guys into the ground. It feels like Kawhi, even though he's having an efficient season, I feel like every time I watch him that he doesn't look the same. I don't know.
He just doesn't have that pop because we're used to that Kawhi pop, and it's
not there.
It's very sparing. He has his moments for sure. We saw the game winner against the Pelicans. He's willing to take out his scoring bag. And even defensively, he has moments. Occasionally, he'll pull out some elite steals and lockdown defense, but it feels again, everyone's just biding their
Warriors
time.
took the lead. Fuck yeah. Sorry. Continue. I'm so sorry. We were down hella, and then Will Richards hit a go-ahead three. We're up 1 now.
Does he have 30 right now? He had
22. He has 25, and Moody has 28.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Anyways,
now we're losing again. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Yeah. Who needs a podcast when you can get a live? You can watch a live play-by-play of the Warriors
Russ
2 days later.
21, 11, and 8. Al Horford for 3. Oh fuck! In and out, dude. When is he gonna hit a shot for us?
I will say Kawhi feels like he's Kawhi, but he has 2 peg legs instead of actual legs. It's he can get to a spot.
That dude from Family Guy.
Yeah, he can get to a spot, but it's a little slower. But he's still efficient. So it's you kind of but he just can't carry an offense like Harden can.
Yeah.
No, he's not a playmaker. He doesn't run an offense.
Do they have any playmakers? Chris Paul's dead, dude. Does he play basketball?
Hang it up. It's done.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm selling Chris Paul stock when anyone wants to
buy. All right, bro. I don't think anyone's buying.
Does he? I don't think he averages more than Does he average more than 2 points a game?
Chris Paul.
What does he do on the floor right now?
Dude,
It's
can you imagine
2.3, my
someone
bad.
in like 2010 or 2012 asking you to buy Blockbuster stock? I'd be like buying Chris Paul stock right now. Fucking hilarious. Yeah, no, he's cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Clippers team isn't. Yeah, it just feels like they're missing that pop. Like you said, not just Kawhi, just the whole team is missing it. They don't. They just don't seem like their offense isn't explosive outside of Harden when he randomly catches on fire. So yeah, I'm set. Like we saw the Warriors hold them to 79 points, and that's like in garbage time too. Like we held Harden and Kawhi to 70 with like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So that team, it's very, yeah, the offense is a question mark. Defense is also a question mark. I mean, we look at the starting lineup. Chris Dunn is like their real point of attack defender. He's amazing. He
But they
really
don't
is.
play him that much.
They don't play
So
him enough.
recently.
And he's also like not great offensively. So that's obviously a reason why. But yeah. Oh my fuck, of course Dennis Schroeder is gonna kill us right now, bro. Yeah. Okay, should we call it there? Thanks so much for listening to the Change of Pace podcast. You can follow us on all socials, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, at Change of Pace Pod, and then send us some comments or feedback on our email at changeofpacepod@gmail.com. Thanks so much for listening.